Welcome to our second episode of the Bean Talks, where we sit down with young college student turned entrepreneur Tikeyah Allen, owner of the Toddler Learning Center. And now introducing our host, Michelle.
Welcome to the Bean Shop's second edition, where we interview another independent business owner. Her name is Tikeyah Allen, and I'm going to bring her on where she's going to talk a little bit about her new adventure. During this whole COVID-19, she came up with a great, brilliant idea and is already starting off and making waves in her business. So I'm going to pause for a second and I'm going to get Tikeyah on. Tikeyah, are you on?
Yes, hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, and thank you. And we're just so happy that you were able to accept our invitation on the Bean Shop. So again, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to talk with you guys today.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to start off by asking you a few questions about your adventure, your journey, your business, the Toddlers Learning Center. So that's something that I believe you just launched, and I would love for you to tell the audience about what Toddlers Learning Center is all about, who Tikeyah is, right? What brought you to that idea, and give us also too a little bit of a background about, who is Tikeyah?
Okay. Well, to start off, I am a senior in college. I go to Florida International University. I will be graduating this December with Bachelor's in Recreational Therapy.
Wow.
So not only that, but I am a mom of a 2-year-old little boy named Jahad Muhammad. And for the Toddler Learning Center, it was about 4 weeks ago. I've decided that I was sitting home during COVID-19. School classes were over, summer classes were done, and I was just sitting at home doing nothing. So I just thought to myself, what can I do? I want to make some money for the household because I'm not working. I'm a full-time student. So day by day went by, and I'm thinking, well, there's a lot of people in my age group now having children, and I don't see anyone doing anything for the kids right now. A lot of people in my age group, they're more so doing the hair thing, the nails, and I'm not that type of person. I don't know how to do hair. I can't do nails. I can't do any of that. So I'm like, I have a son and I am a mom. So what can I do for my child? So what I did was I created a toddler learning folder. And this folder includes around 20 plus pages of learning activities. And before I went out to start the business, I posted it on my social media, and all of my friends were like, "What is your son learning? He's so smart. Where can I get one of those?" I was like, "Well, I created a learning PDF for my son, so he can sit home and he learns his ABCs, his 1, 2, 3s, and his shapes." So everybody was like, "Wow, I want one." So I'm like, maybe I can make a business out of this. And then once I started to put my ideas together, Toddler Learning Center was created. And right now I'm having at least over 20 orders a week, and this is only week 5. So I can say that it's been doing really good for my business.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me, when did you actually start the business? Because you just mentioned you're having 20 orders every week. So when did the business start?
So I can say the thing about it is I started the week of July 10th, brainstorming over the weekend. It was just a thought. Me and my fiance was talking about it. It was just a thought. And we were saying, I was like, I wanted to make toddler learning folders for children. And then he was like, that can be big because of coronavirus going on right now. There's a lot of kids at home. They're just doing nothing. They're on their computers all day. So maybe this is something good. So we went from that Saturday talking about it, that Sunday planning it out, and that Monday posting on social media back to back to see what type of crowd I would get. And I had at least 80 people asking for the Toddler Learning folder before I even dropped the product.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is amazing. So literally in a month and a half, you went from an idea to actually working the idea, not even dropping the product, just putting it up on social media and
Yes,
getting over 80 orders.
Yes, social media
Wow.
plays a big part in anything that you do. I posted the video of my son. I posted videos of the Toddler Learning folder. And before I even made a website, before I even did my logo, my graphic design, my Instagram page, I just posted it on my regular page and on Facebook, and it just blew up from there. Everyone was inboxing me, DMing me. They were asking about the toddler folder. How can they get it? They want one now. They need it. It's a need. It's essential right now.
So you definitely tapped into a market that probably some of us, I mean, I don't have young children anymore, but I know that, you know, when they were small, I was always searching and looking for something like that you do. And that's amazing that you came up with that idea. You're still in college, you know, you still haven't graduated, and yet you've launched this business, and you're now becoming a progressive entrepreneur. That's amazing, Tikeyah.
And when you're passionate about something, it's like that drive doesn't stop. So I started with the Toddler Learning folder, and that was about 3 weeks ago. Now I have flashcards, and I just dropped a tracing book this week. So it's a lot going on right now. It's just me, but I'm continuously dropping things because I want to keep my crowd sticking around. I want them to continue to buy from me. I want to have returning customers. So I'm steady trying to better my business and trying to learn new things and do new things for my audience.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna just move us to the next question, because some of it you've already talked about, but you already talked about your son. So the question is kind of what inspired you to pursue the business? Now, you already talked about your son. You already talked about, you know, there's other children out there. Was there anything else based upon your internal talents that you had that said, you know what, besides COVID-19, this is, you know, why I was inspired to just move forward on this idea?
Honestly, it was a while. I went by, and it's like I can't really do anything. Like I just started to feel like I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm not an artist. I don't do a lot of different things. I don't have a lot of different skills. But when I put my mind to it, and looking back at my son and creating that folder, that's what made me want to do it. My son. I got on the computer and I started Googling different technologies that I can use to create my own PDF, because there's a lot of different PDFs out there, but you can't sell someone else's work. So what I did was I started researching different YouTube videos about how to put my own PDF together and being able to put my my logo at the end of the pages so no one won't copyright it. And I just started doing things like that, and I went from there.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, we already missed the next question because you already talked about how you got started. So tell me, how does this product serve the community? Like, how can this idea that you have really make a huge impact, or even just, maybe not a huge impact, but an impact, right, in your community or other communities?
So for my product, as I said before, children are always going to be around. Children are always going to need to learn. So what my thing is, with my community, especially my main focus right now, because of my age, I'm 22 years old, and a lot of my friends, family members in my age group are having children, and they're not experienced in having children. You know, it's everyone's first right now. So I want them to be able to have something for their child growing up, to be able to learn. And I want to bring that into my community. I want to educate the children and be able to have them learning at young ages the way they're supposed to.
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, I'm just amazed. about how old you are, what you're doing, the idea, the conception of it, the business dropping literally within a month and a half, and you're already doing and having a level of success of selling your product. So it sounds good, right? But tell us, have you faced any challenges thus far?
Oh yes, challenges. Oh yes.
Tell us.
I'm actually going through a few right now. As I mentioned before, it's just me. It's only me right now, and school just started back. So as I mentioned before, I just dropped 2 new products. I dropped my flashcards and my tracing book within the same week. So not only do I have orders coming in for the Toddler Learning folders, I now have orders for the flashcards. I have orders for the tracing books. It is starting to become overwhelming. So it's a lot going on right now. And now I have 4 classes in order to graduate in December, and everything's online on my computer, just like everything I'm doing with the business. So I have a lot of tabs for business open, and I have a lot of tabs for schoolwork open, and then the 2 are combining, and it's just becoming a lot on me. So to resolve these issues, I'm thinking about bringing in another sister, being able to help me. Maybe she can cut out some of my my work for the Toddler Learning Center, just to have someone to assist me.
Right. That's amazing, because I was just about to ask you, how are you overcoming it? So bringing in someone else to help with the business.
And another challenge I would say I had was being able to stand out, because a lot of people, you get a lot of comments, because it's very common to see a learning folder, but what makes your learning folder stand out? What's different about your learning folder than other learning folders? So that's another challenge that I have, because I want my folder to stick out. I want people to be able to look at it and say, I need this, not, oh, I can make this at home myself. I want to be able to bring my audience something new, something they won't be able to do, and they will need to buy it from me in order for them to have it, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. So tell us, I don't want you to give away your secret sauce. Why would someone want to purchase your particular folder over someone else's? It's a great question.
I feel like my folder, it comes with a lot of different components that a lot of people folders won't include. My folders include matching activities. Every page is laminated. Not only that, but I have over 10 pages that includes Velcro matching pieces, so the kids get to take it off and they get to interact within the folder. So I believe that's something great for the kids. It helps with the motor skills and everything else for them. So that's something that stands out from the rest.
That's nice. Do you personalize your products for your customers?
That is something that I'm starting to do. On my tracing book, we can now add in a name tracing mat. So I can add in the name, and the kids can learn how to trace their own name. And for my learning folder, I'm adding in a page where they can match their name and spell it out the correct way.
Nice. I really love it. I'm sorry, what did you?
Just to give it a personalized touch.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I love the whole idea. I love the business. I love what you've done with it. I mean, you're part of that group right now that is really pushing new ideas, really pushing social media, utilizing all of the tools and the things that you've gotten, and you're making it work. So kudos to you, Tikeyah. So we're now moving into maybe the last phase of the interview. Tell us, how can we support, or if someone wants to support Tikeyah and your business, the Toddler Learning Center, how can they invest? Where can they find you if they want to go ahead and purchase your products?
Well, for updates, you can follow me on my Instagram page at Toddler Learning Center. And in my Facebook, you can like us at Toddler Learning Center LLC. Our official website is www.thetoddlerlearningcenter.com. And that's how you can find me.
Awesome. And so if someone wants to invest, just kind of reach out, same way?
Just reach out via DM or message.
Awesome. So thank you for that. I'm going to leave you with the last words that you want to leave for our audience. Any kind of tips, recommendations, last words?
Well, I want to just say what you're doing is great. I really hope that you guys can take it to the next level because we need people around like you all. Um, this business will help the Black community stick together, and I believe what you're doing is a great thing, and I can't wait to see how far you guys go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Tikeyah. It was absolutely a pleasure having you on our show. I think you was a fresh breath of air. I think if I said that right.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for joining the show. And we're gonna just follow your progress. We're just gonna follow you and see how far you get. And absolutely let us know so that we can let our audience know how well Tikeyah's business is doing, because I'm amped, I'm excited. I mean, I have children your age and I'm just at awe of what you've been able to accomplish thus far. So again, kudos to you. Wishing you the much success that I can. And until next time, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.